Over 100 years ago, Orville and Wilbur Wright, better known as the Wright brothers, decided to give a giant middle finger to millions of years of evolution and give humans the gift of flight. F***ing birds, they probably said. They're not better than us. And they were right. Birds aren't better than us. We're better than birds. Or at worst, equals. Sure, our version of flying can give us skin diseases, mess with our sense of time, and make us swell up, but let's not get into that just yet. The thing is, since human beings aren't really, meant to fly, there's a ton of unnatural things that happen when we hurtle through the air at hundreds of miles an hour, and we're gonna tell them to you. But first, make sure you like and subscribe to the Brainiac channel for more fly content. Haha, see what we did there? We're sorry. Now then, did you know that, for example, you're just soaking up UV rays as you hurtle through the atmosphere? Yeah, at that altitude, your body is like a little UV sponge. And before you go sticking your arms by the windows trying to get a little tan going, remember that UV rays can cause intense sunburns, or worse. Plane captains bear the brunt of this, though, and for them, being in the air for an hour is the equivalent of being in a tanning bed for 20 minutes, but without the benefit of actually getting tanned. Want to know something else? Planes make you swell up. Oh, that's right, you'll swell right up like a ripe grape in one of those bad boys. That's mainly because flights tend to be lengthy endeavors, traveling across oceans and such, and the air pressure plus lack of mobility involved, being sat in a chair for several hours, puts you at the risk of things like blood clots and swollen feet and other stuff. An easy fix is to just make sure you get up and take some regular walks and stretch. You might feel a little bit awkward doing that in the aisles, but hey, beats being a balloon. Speaking of loony behavior, you probably don't want to make any major life decisions on an airplane. Cabin air has less oxygen than good old-fashioned Earth air, which might make you feel groggier, foggier, and some other word that ends in augur that we can't think of right now. Dog-ear? Sure, let's roll with that. If you want to pretend like you just didn't hear that last thing we said, a plane is the perfect place for you to be. The air pressure change on planes makes our ears freak out, and it's super common for people to experience ear discomfort and muffled hearing during a flight. You know, that kind of muffled hearing that might make somebody want to click that notification bell above just so they can make sure they know what's going on? Huh? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, yawning and chewing gum are another good way to make that feeling go away. So don't be weirded out if you look around your plane and everybody's got their mouths open, unless they're also screaming in terror, in which case, baby, that plane's going down. The idea of an airborne accident tends to make people nervous, but don't sweat it. No, seriously, don't sweat. You'll need all the moisture you can. Airplane humidity levels are typically lower than 10%, which means you're drying up like a mermaid in the Sahara. Drink tons of water and use moisturizers if you want to keep your skin silky smooth. The drinking lots of water thing should help with that cotton mouth feeling people get on planes too, which occurs because of the dryness and pressure changes. Which actually presents a controversial thought. Maybe airplane food is actually delicious, but our tongues are just too incapacitated to realize it? Now that's some airplane food for thought. Ugh, sorry again. And of course, it's about time we mention the consequences that come along with flying through global time zones. Your body's sensitive and sophisticated internal clock gets completely fucked up going on long-distance flights, which results in a little thing called jet lag, aka laying awake in your hotel room at 4 in the morning because you can't sleep. So all this doom and gloom might have put you off of flying forever, but let's get real, guys. Dry mouth, swelling, and jet lag can totally suck. But they shouldn't be enough to put you off from enjoying the modern miracle that is man's ability to fly, which has led to an unprecedented cultural change and, more importantly, trillions of dollars of global trade. Cha-ching. But the ability to tell birds to go f*** themselves? Priceless.